Hello everybody, welcome to Thursday Night Builds with Ben and Ben's Brick Designs. How you doing tonight? Brad's Life, how's it going? Greetings to New Jersey. Thanks for being here again. Big hair night. I am very close to trying to get a haircut or shaving my head. So I think we're just gonna go big hair for a little while. It grows that way. So last time we were here, we built this guy. The whole reason I'm getting these next couple sets is because I want all of the Knights of Ren figures. It's probably just as good that I get them with the sets because then I get pieces. But you got to find the sets that are kind of worth the brick. So in this case, you get 3 figures. You get 2 Knights of Ren and a Rey. You get a white outfit Rey, which also comes in the Pisana speeder, so if you're just looking for this figure, you can get it elsewhere. Good, Brad, thanks. Here's one of the Knights of Ren. The lighting is weird, so you can't really see. We'll do the build camera. It's one of the Knights of Ren, right, with the gun, that helmet. And then here's the other one with one of the better helmets, I think. And I like the way they do that gun. That's always fun with the binoculars. The set itself is not, I wouldn't say it's garbage, but so it looks cool right here. It's just a weird ship, right? It's just a really weird ship. It's kind of boring and black and whatever, but then you flip it over and it's like hollow. There's like nothing in here. And granted, we don't have anything from the movie to look at, but yeah, it's just like it feels like the top of another ship. Like you put this down on something and it's the ship. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I've tried to make some video changes to OBS. I can't do anything to improve the computer that I'm running on, so I'm gonna be saving up for a new computer, probably just another Mac. But I'm running on this itty bitty MacBook and I've tweaked it as best as I can. But it says I'm dropping frames and stuff like that. I've tweaked the frame rates as low as it can probably go. The resolution, the output resolution's as low as it can go. The filters as weird as it can be. Or it's trying to go as fast as it can be without, so it may look a little pixelated, but hopefully it won't lag. And I'm hoping that I don't get the lag with the camera. So this seems to be okay for right now, but we'll see as the night goes on. Also freed up some space on the computer. Anyway, if there's problems with the video, let me know and I'll see if I can address it. Yeah, this ship isn't the greatest. There are some cool bits. I always like the turrets when they do that with the lightsabers. That's fun. Some of the greebling's cool. I like the way it's got, and it's black, so it's hard to see in the camera. But I like the grills with the curved tiles. That's a cool look. There are, that grill piece in the front made out of like a bunch of panels. Again, it's dark, it's weird to see. That's a pretty good shot, right? That's pretty cool. But overall, it's just kind of a dumb, it's got those tubes on the side. That's okay. But like these tubes are really weirdly put in here and they fall out easily. It's got just these things holding up some landing gear, right? And then it just kind of sits there. So you can put figures in the little cockpits, which really diminishes the size of the ship, right? Because this seems like a Corvette-sized ship, but then you put this in here and whatever. So anyway, yeah, it's probably worth about $50, if that. So I'm glad I got it for $50. So if you can find it for $50, great. But that's not why we're here tonight. We're here to build this guy. Today is Porsche day, so we're going to be building the Porsche. And we're going to be drinking beer. So I'm going to introduce this beer too. This is Rancho Relaxo. And it is from a local brewery here in Austin that is run by Jensen Ackles from Supernatural. And it's down kind of in the hill country. It's a little south of where I am. And it's a really great place. If you're ever in the Austin area, you can, and I can already see the lag starting to happen. If you're ever in the Austin area and you have a chance, it's a big barn with a big outdoor seating area. It's a nice space inside. It's really pretty outside. It's hill country view. They do some seriously good drinks. It's very, very good. And occasionally he's there. It's called Family Business because that references something in the show. I haven't seen Supernatural. I'm gonna grab a napkin because this might open up weird. So I'm excited to try this. I've had one already, so I shouldn't say try it, but it's a Imperial Age Stout, but with ancho chili in it, and then I think like maybe cocoa nibs or something. Oh, good. Okay. It's a very dark beer. You can't really see it from there. I should have probably poured it out, but I want to keep it in the can. Oh, it's good. It's spicy and chocolatey. Oh. All right, so let's do this. This is the Porsche. I'm going to try to keep the camera a little lower so you can see more of the building. I realized sometimes I'd had it up too high. You couldn't really see what was going on. So we're going to get into it. Oh, it's not a tab. It's a push. Interesting. I thought it would have been a tab or a sticker. So this box is definitely going to be thrown away because I'm busting into it. All right, so conversation piece of the night. Right before this, I was expecting to like jump right from a Zoom meeting into this. But the Zoom meeting I was in was canceled or was cut short because it was Zoom bombed. The meeting was about legislation here in Texas that was going to defund a lot of fine arts programs in area schools. And so the band boosters all got together and people from different areas got together and decided that they were going to be part of this Zoom call. So the call went out, everybody got an email about it. The problem is I don't think it was very secure. While it said it had a login and a password on it, I didn't have to put in the password. So I already know that all you have to do is click on that link. So anybody could have got it, which means about 15 minutes in, somebody shared their screen, porn site, drawing dicks all over the place, lots of N-words being shouted. It was a bunch of kids. And the irony is the meeting that they had Zoom bombed was for all these parents to come together and try to fight the legislation that's going to take arts and music and theater away from kids in school. So it's like, you guys just F yourselves. You have no idea what you just did. So, you know, as my son says, I hate my generation. So the only thing they could do is shut down the meeting because the person running it couldn't figure out how to get the screen back, and they couldn't, you know, find the person fast enough to kick them off. And if they did, I'm sure 3 or 4 of them would show up, and it was terrible. So that happened. So what we expected to be like a half-hour to 45-minute meeting turned out to be a like 10-minute meeting. And on top of it, the guy who was running it is an old friend of my ex-wife, the kid's mom. She knew him in school and from like a long time ago, right? And kind of excited to see him and that he's running this and he's part of this organization that's trying to set this all up for everybody. And he loves working with kids, and I'm devastated for this guy. Like, that's just terrible that this happened to him. So they already put a message out. They didn't restart the meeting because there's no way to like really tell anybody that they restarted the meeting. Let me see if I can just keep everything over there without it sliding around. So we are going to build the Turbo. I know you can build 2 models with this, the Targa and the Turbo, but I've always been a fan of the Turbo with the spoiler in the back. I think that's the more iconic of the 2. So that's what we're going to build. So yeah, it was kind of disappointing because we had all showed up in mass wearing our funny hats to support the kids and support fine arts programs in Texas, and this just... I mean, my daughter was watching this too. She's an alumnus of our area high schools, and so she was there to show support. And there was a, just terrible. It was absolute BS, and I just don't understand why people do that. I mean, I do. It's a rush. It's fun. It's stupid. Whatever. So this is a fairly thick. I think we're going to be here for a while doing this. I might go 2 hours tonight at least. So this is another one that I'm going to read later, and I have several. So here's your Turbo versus Targa, right? And the difference is just like the windshield's a little different, and they've got a spoiler on the back kind of thing. I don't like the back end of the Targa. It looks like an AMC Pacer to me. Here's what a brick separator does, y'all, if you didn't know that. I'm excited for this one. So let's get going. I also realized that I've been trying to change things up here a little bit. I do want to, there's going to be some noise. Start thinking about having a better computer to run this on. So better overlays, bells and whistles, chat bots, seeing how many things I can cram in here. Problem is, I don't have a whole lot of viewers, so it really doesn't matter what I do with it, really. And everybody seems to be fine with the way things are. How many bags is it? It is 10 bags. Big for a car. Not the biggest set ever, but big for a car. It's probably going to be as big as, I think, the Mustang. At the very least, the VW. The new Max with the... So here's the thing. I also don't want to spend $3,000 on a computer. I could see that if I was trying to make this my main gig, my side gig as my main gig, or if I was pulling in any revenue from this, like ad revenue or Rebrickable sales or anything like that. But I'm not. So it would just be, hey, you just have a better computer now. That may be worth it, but as for a Mac, this is the only thing I'd be using it for. I'm a PC gamer at heart, and I have a PlayStation. So there's no reason for me, honestly, to have a Mac if the only thing I'm going to be doing on it is Studio, which I can run almost on anything, or streaming. So, but who knows? We shall see. It's weird because when I'm running Studio, despite it being a graphics program, a CAD program, I don't think it runs as bad as when I have the webcam running. I think the 2 video inputs are really what's taxing the CPU in this one and the encoder. So I don't think that. I think running just the onboard cam and a capture of a program isn't as bad. Do you have any of the old Technifigs? I wonder how one would look next to its scale with the car. I don't have any of those. I like the guys with the black hair and the movable arms, and they're about that big. Never got one of those. Like literally the only things I got when I was a kid were like the tail end of Classic Space, Futron, Blacktron, all the space stuff. Like I don't think I got hardly anything else. No City, no Castle, no Pirate. 100% space. So I don't have any of the older figures. But if I find one, it'd be interesting to see how... Does it fit in any of these other cars, like the VW or the Mini? I bet it would. I bet it's kind of the same size. I have a MacBook Pro and a Mini. I think the Minis are 700 and the Pros are 1300. Yeah, a Pro I see might... I think a Pro would be all right. I almost want to like borrow somebody's Pro and just see how it runs. I'd have to set everything up like I've got it set up, so it may not be worth it. But yeah. What's up, Travis? How's it going? I have to be very careful because our landlord, his name's Trevor, and I've called him Travis, and I've called you Trevor. And I just can't keep people's names right. Well, next we cheers and beer. I got 2 for if you want them. Yeah, I'd like to see if they work. I think that'd be interesting. And I can't wait for cheers and beers. There's a place up in Taylor, isn't there? There's like a little brewery, brew house, brew pub thing, like right on the corner of the highway and Main Street thing. Looked like there was one last I was up there, which was, you know, like years ago. But you'll have to come down to Peeville and we'll go to Growler. I cannot wait. I got my 1 shot already. So when we get our second one after about 2 weeks, we're going to go hang out there and forget our troubles. So I'm also excited because after this build, I got this guy. So after the Porsche's done, we'll get into the medieval thing, and then I have on order the Lambda shuttle, the Imperial shuttle, and the microfighter set with the 2. That's coming in. Pieces for the Moldy Crow are coming in. And I still have work to do on the UCS Vulture Droid. I really wish there was a schematic for it because it would be so much easier. I did a little more work on it today, and I think I'm going to settle with that plate design that we ended up with last time. I think it just might be easier. So it's going to be UCS in theory. I don't think it's going to be as UCS-y as the rest of them. Yeah. Well, the blacksmith shop, I think somebody had said Sarah's Bricks, Sarah Builds, Sarah Star Bricks, said that it would look really good with the Winnie the Pooh set. When the Winnie the Pooh set comes out, it'll look really good with the blacksmith set. And I'm like, okay, wouldn't it also look good with the Sesame Street set? I would think that whimsical characters, you know, you've got that kind of corner lot with the buildings, and then like right behind it you could have a tree with more characters. That just seems like it would be a better setup than, I mean, the house looks cooler. The blacksmith house, I can see that it looks cool, and it would look cool with a big tree on it. So I get it. So I'm going to try to order that when it comes out too. We shall see. Comes out, if you're not a VIP, it's the 1st, and then if you are a VIP, it's the 18th. So pretty soon. What did you get this morning, Travis? Did you get the Imperial shuttle or the new micros? I kind of want to do a thing. I was thinking about getting rid of the microfighter inlay right here and instead doing like the instruction book relay, or overlay, so people could follow along, but I don't know if that's important to people or not. Get out of here, brick separator. I already have 100 of you. Why I oughta. My bummer 19 shot. Oh, you just got your shot this morning. Got it. That's still, I mean, it's not a Lego set, but it's still, you're like, oh, awesome. Cannot wait for this to be over. Feeling about it. I got Moderna arm from mine. The site where my shot is, and it's not bad right now, but it was very red and itchy. And this was about 5 days after I got the shot. So we were both like, yikes. But we looked it up, and sure enough, a lot of people had reported that. So I was like, okay. If I'm not the only one, and it's just itchy, and it's gone away, so it's no big deal. Oh, dude. Gotta keep skipping those songs. Bummer 19. I love it. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, you saw the Moderna arm on the news today? Is that what you saw? I hadn't heard anything about it until I got it. And at first I thought it was like, because I had a shirt on that was the sleeves were a little shorter, and I thought it was just rubbing, and I was absentmindedly mucking with it like while I was sitting there at work. And after a while I'm like, you know what, this is where I got my shot. Maybe I should look into this. And sure enough. So then I asked my family, Beth, and then the kids and their moms, because we've all had the shots. And I was like, did anybody else get this? And they're like, no. Like, oh, sweet. Well, that's good. Johnny G, I'm doing the turbo, not the Targa. I don't like the way the back end of the Targa looks, and I've always felt like the turbo with the spoiler is a little more iconic. So we're going to go with that. And again, if anybody's curious, this is Rancho Relaxo from the Family Business Brewery here in Austin, or I guess down Dripping Springs area. It's a Imperial Stout with ancho chili and I think cocoa nibs. Oh, it's so good. And it's not very boozy either for being an Imperial Stout. They're usually pretty boozy. But this one is very enjoyable. And I need to do these two. I'm looking forward to the time when we can spend our summers driving to hill country breweries, spending the day getting some barbecue, drinking some beers, hanging out with our friends. Missed that last year, man. Very chocolate notes. Good mouthfeel. I don't have any idea what mouthfeel means. I like drinking it. I do know that this is going to hurt me later. I am old now, so drinking anything after like 3 o'clock is just going to keep me up all night. Yes, Travis, there are. You can do the Targa, which is like the coupe, right? With the sleek... What page am I on? 19. With the sleeker back end, right? Or you can do the turbo, which is the spoiler. And they're not interchangeable, so you can't just like pop one off and do the other. It's not like the Mustang. It's like you gotta get, I think, and I don't know where it is in here, but you have to get to a point where you decide that you're gonna do one or the other, I think. Yeah, so at some point you stop and bags 8 through 10, I guess? That seems weird. So there are 2 bags, or maybe they've just got them differently placed. I guess we'll get to it when we get to it. We get there when we get there. I'm trying to find the other bag here. Weird. Come on. 8 and 9 versus 8 and 10. Okay. So at some point it breaks and you go to 8 and 10 for the turbo, and I can't get my arms around there. Or 8 and 9 for the turbo, and then 8 and 10 for the Targa. So I guess bag 10 is like, you don't need it after a certain point. If you're gonna do 9 or 10 are ancillary, extra parts. What's up, Sai? Thanks for being here, man. I always like it when you're here because I know it's like 4 in the morning there. No, it's like 2. I was talking to Darth Designer today, and we were discussing. I was like, "Yeah, I'm streaming tonight with the Porsche," and he's like, "What time is it there for you?" Because he's in Italy. I was like, "I'm going on at 8 o'clock tonight." He's like, "Oh yeah, it'll be 4 in the morning here, or 3 in the morning." I'm like, I know there's a time difference. I'm just letting you know. That's also why I stream at like 10 in the morning on Sunday, so European people, collaborators, commiserators, friends can join in at like 2 to 4 in the afternoon. That would be better for them, right? Sai, I didn't realize that you and Greg, is that his name? London Bridge Bricks, had so many effing subscribers. I didn't realize you guys were in like the nearing the 10,000 mark. That's crazy. Congratulations on your continued success. How long have you been doing your streams and videos and whatnot? Because I feel like I've been doing this forever. Me and my 280 people. Let me get more on-camera build screen here. You're kidding me. You started your channel less than a year ago, and you started streaming 6 weeks ago? Ugh, I am doing something wrong. This May will be 2 years for me. Actually, I think it was a little sooner than I started in May. But that's really rad, dude. You guys have got chemistry, and you've got likability and a good following. So that's very cool. 283. Woo! Thinking of doing a giveaway again to get up to 500, but I don't know about that yet. Seems disingenuous to buy subs. I did it once though. Oh yeah, I'd love to come on one of your streams sometime. I may have to take the afternoon off of work because you guys are usually going on at like noon my time. So I might be able to, like if I knew ahead of time when I could do it, I would just say, hey, I'm going to take the afternoon off and then come hang out with y'all. That would be cool, yeah. That'd be super fun. I have nothing to talk about when it comes to Bionicle or Ninjago, so I might be the get off my lawn man in the group. ×2. Did you tell me that ahead of time? Yes, you sure did. So I'm going to point out a fellow Texas streamer or video maker, Josh Builds Stuff. Just talk about you and your channel. Let me tell you about my channel, you young punk kids. Listen up, BFAB. I don't know. I don't know anything about BFAB. So Josh Builds Stuff. Dude lives like literally probably 2 miles from me, and we didn't know it until recently. He does review. He's got a review channel, and he reviews sets that he buys. And he recently bought, or he reviewed the Imperial Shuttle, and the figure he got was the Imperial Shuttle pilot, and his first reaction was he doesn't even get a name. They just call him Pilot. Well, I'm going to give him a name. Let's name him Lieutenant. But then he found out that this was one of the few times that he got a set where there was actually a missing piece. And it just so happened to be the legs of the minifig. So he just had the torso and the head and the hat and the gun. He also got an inverted 2x2 slope that didn't go anywhere else on the set. So instead of legs, he got this inverted slope. So he put the legs on the figure, and he's like, well, now the lieutenant has legs, and I'm, you know, and then he earlier said we should call him Dan, and then he's Lieutenant Dan. So Lieutenant Dan has no legs, and it was just, I'm like, if this video doesn't go viral because of just that, I give up on the world. It was really funny. Plus, he's got pretty good witticisms that he pitches at the beginning of the video with his... He's got a stormtrooper behind him, and they chat. It's a good bit. Tomorrow, I will be on with Jeff McElwee. He is going to have a stream. I believe it's going to be Lego and mental health discussions. I think Brian Saviano may be on. I think Julian may be on. I'm not really sure who's going to be there. According to the little weird Star Wars trailer he put out, there's going to be a few people on. So watch, not this space, but look up Jeff McElwee's space tomorrow, and I'll be on there as well. Yeah, I think... well, I don't know if Joey's going to be on. But Brian is... Bricks O'Brien, I think, is. And then he said Julian, which I didn't think he knew Julian, the Lego guy. It may be different Julian than who I'm used to. I don't know. So, but we'll see. His streams generally are no more than like an hour, hour and a half. So, and it's going to be at 8 Central, so about the same time tomorrow. So if you catch the first couple minutes of it before you pass out at 2 in the morning or whatever you're doing tomorrow night, smashed on Guinness. That reminds me, St. Patty's Day is coming up. I gotta go get me some Guinness. And Flogging Molly's got a concert. A virtual streaming concert coming up that I gotta get tickets for so I can watch that. The beauty of that. Oh, maybe it is Bricksmith. Yeah, I think you're right. That Julian. I think that may be it. I forget there's other Julians. I think what I might do is get that concert and then try to watch it that night. I think it's on a... When is St. Patty's Day? Is Tuesday, Wednesday next week? I think. Not next week. Like in 10 days. What'll be great is because it's a live concert, if I don't watch it that night, I'll have it on VOD and I can have it as background music. And I've done that before, and that works really well. I did that when the pandemic first started with I think it was Dropkick Murphys, actually. Somebody, they had a live concert too, and as long as it's it's canceled. Nobody's stopping us from just drinking on our own, but you know, that's kind of no fun. Oh, I could go better in that way. But yeah, I'm gonna put on my Flogging Molly sweatshirt, get me some drink, be sad, reminiscent of the time my country fought the Roundheads, which never happened to me. Extra piece, Technic pen. Bag number 2. I'm not even that Irish. Mostly Norwegian and German and Italian. Mostly Italian, but we don't have Christopher Columbus Day anymore, and rightly so. So there's no real like, hey, it's Italy Day. Shut up and order a pizza. Yeah, I got my Hansen cap. Get me some Guinness. I think I'll be good. Everything's gonna be all right. Right? Let's do this. See you, Sai. Take care. Thanks for coming by. We'll see you on your stream soon. Oh, this feels better. I know I got the wings sticking out, but I feel like... So have we discussed knolling before? Have we discussed that? The like organizing of your pieces after you've dumped them out? So I don't think I've ever done that. So I'm kind of running out of room for displayable mocks, and I have some architecture sets that I think I might offload just because they were a gift from a friend who was like moving, and he was like, I don't want these anymore. Do you want them? I was like, sure. And they've just kind of sat around collecting dust, and I've never been an architecture set person. So, I hate to like try to set up like a bricklink shop for just like 4 sets, but I also don't want to go on Facebook Market and try to sell them that way. I guess I could try to see if anybody in my lug wants them. I wouldn't even know what they would go for. There's no boxes, no instructions. They're just completely put together. They've just been sitting here collecting dust and cat dander. I can't even say it's from a pet-free home, because it's not. Not a pet-free home. What's up, Kodiak? It's okay. Anytime you get here, that's the time you get here. Oh, God. Well, go help with that, dude. We're just building Lego. Man, okay. I'm still overloading my encoder again. I don't know what to do about that. Yeah, go help your friend, man. We'll be here. This set specifically, I'll probably be on tomorrow night too with Jeff. Go to Jeff's page or his YouTube channel tomorrow. I'll be on there. Go help your friend. Unless you're like in a break or something. I'm gonna try something real quick. I'm gonna go to full camera for like a hot second. Let the webcam rest. See if that helps. Ooh. Now let's see. Now see it like picks up and it's a little faster. Dumb. Yeah, so I don't need like a monster gaming PC or anything because I'm just doing this, 2 cameras or 1 camera and a screen share. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I will speak and hopefully be entertaining. I'm always afraid of buying expensive computer items because I know that it's like the instant you hit order, that machine is like it's already been hacked, it's already out of service, it's already ancient. So, and I don't mind abusing somebody else's, like Beth's or my work computer, because I didn't have to order those. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I really do want a nice something. And you can see it lagging every time I do something. If I don't move real fast. Two and two. What did I miss? Uh-oh. I think I missed a step. Yeah, 2 of those. Slow down, yo. Slow your row. So you can already see like some parts coming together. Like this is going to be the seat. This is where the seats are going to attach. Right? Kind of the floorboard things right there. So we had a help desk ticket come in today. This is going to be share your tech stories. And the end user actually said, I used our secure email system, our SSL secure send site to send an email, which we have people sometimes do if we're sending health information or personal or PHI of some kind. And his help desk ticket said, and I crap you not, is the secure can you tell me if the secure site to send email is secure? So I didn't see the ticket right off the bat, but my boss calls me, and he basically leans into the camera. He calls me on Teams, and he leans into the camera and he goes, I don't know, is the SSL site secure? And I'm like, what? And he's just like, oh, dude, you have to go look at this ticket. So I went and looked, and I was like, and it's one of those, we've got a couple users that are, they require a bit of extra instruction on things. And I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. It's kind of like, yeah, man, it's in the name. And he was joking. He's like, you know what? I totally forgot when I woke up this morning to hit the send all SSL emails secure like I do every morning. I just totally forgot about that. I'm glad he reminded me. It's kind of like that every day too. And I was complaining to some of my coworkers about it. I was like, you know, honestly, if they didn't need so much hand holding, we wouldn't have a job. But at the same time, I'm like, there's things that we're helping people out with that if we weren't around, I know they could do this on their own, like adding an account to your phone. It's like, well, okay, I realize that you need help adding our corporate account to your phone, but how did you add your Gmail account to your phone? If we weren't around to do that for you, how did that get done the first time? So yes, tech is super hard to keep up with, no matter your level of involvement with it. Whether it's staying on top of the latest and greatest in GPU versus CPU or SSLs or MFAs. Ugh, this MFA stuff is going to be the death of me. MFA hit. I'm like, man, I hope I have to do this every time I log on to email. I really hope I don't have to do this at any point for work or help people figure this out for work. Should have done it years ago for work. Jeff, we're just talking about you and your thing that you're doing tomorrow night, and I was telling people they should go see your thing tomorrow night. Oh, yeah, how to use the microwave. Now, do I put the food in, or do I just, like, smash it on my face and hope some of it gets sucked in by my belly button? How does that work? How does eating work? Well... these are so satisfying. I don't know what it is about these. Every time there's little bits like these little yellow, what I've heard now called hockey pucks, or just pucks. Gonna have a good time. So who's gonna be there tomorrow? Is it just me and you? Is it just me and you and... Is Bricks O'Brien going to be there? It looked like. And Bricksmith, maybe? I feel like I'm the odd man out. Because I do not know these people. I mean, I've talked to Bricksmith a couple times, but not much. I need like 1 million of these. I mean, I have a bunch, but every time I do a microfighter, man, I need like 17 more than I think I have. Nice. Well, I'll bring my A game because I know Saviano is a bit of a cut up. Just tell him to shut up. Listen, Chuckwagon, it's time for you to put a sock in it. Just go over to Dunkin', get yourself your coffee, shut your cake hole. Excited. Kill et teal. Almost 9. Okay. It'll be nice too because I won't have to worry about OBS or anything when we're doing this, so I won't have to be stressing over the fact that I'm burning out my encoder somehow. Settings are as low as I can possibly go. Tons of fun. Space crawl. Tons of fun. One, two, three. Ooh. Ooh. Haven't seen these in a while. It's bright white. Chunk slopes. This is a heck of a sub build that we got going on here. Oh yeah. I'm guessing these are some of the pieces you were talking about, Brad. Look at that shininess. Nice little oval tile. Ugh. Got 2 of these. I almost feel like just not putting them on the model and just keeping them. None of that crap. You'll be good, dude. Fazoom is going to talk your ear off about space builds and your microscale stuff. Yeah, I talked to Fazoom at some point about something. I don't think he knows really who I am, but I remember discussing that at some point. Like, he's a huge space person. I just assume nobody knows who I am. It makes me... I feel I go through life better when I feel anonymous, when I can just come into a room and go, yep, hey, what's up? I'm that dude. Nice. Yeah, bricks and pieces. Oh, when it's going to hit that, people are going to order the crap out of it. The blue space shirt I have, I don't know that I do, but I can assume, is it just a... Is it the classic space, blue classic space symbol? Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's one shirt I wish I had, is the classic space. Just the symbol. I'm sure they're not hard to find. I just haven't taken the time to look because lazy. Oh, okay, cool. Right on. Four of these things. 2 of these things. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put this. I guess I could back that Mack truck up a little bit and stick it in where the TARDIS is and put the TARDIS somewhere else. Thinking of moving some of this stuff off the shelf so I can get in there. These are the pieces I need more of. These are like thrusters, cockpits, all kinds of stuff. Use the crap out of them. And I'm sad because it looks like they're going to be hidden away in here. Oh, it goes under. Interesting. Okay. And we're back to the full build. The back slope fender piece, man. Hoo boy. That's one of those. Where is it? They're big on this connection lately. This, you've got like 2 pins in here, and you put that, like, you put something to kind of close that up on the inside. I like this method better because on the Razor Crest there was a section that did that, but it was 2 Technic bricks, and then it had the Technic piece that it's like a hanger with 2 pins on it, and you got to try to cram it. Oh, that did not. I just sat there fiddling with those 2 things forever. I could not get those to work. So I'm glad they're doing it this way instead. Spend an afternoon in dust and redo your entire shelf starting from scratch makes it great for a great new display. Well, some of these I think I'm going to move into the TV room. Like the book probably could go. I think the Empire State Building and the Statue of Liberty will probably go. I'll keep the cars here. I want to keep some of my microfighters. I don't know. It's like I like it all, but and then I've got a bunch of stuff over here. You know, the Friends set, the Tumbler, UCS X-Wing, UCS A-Wing. I don't know. I just need more shelves. I could put another set of shelves up above Voltron, but I don't think you'd see that as well. These are nice too. These have been coming in a lot of sets lately that have car seats and whatnot. Yeah, it's very stable. I mean, it's a really good connection, you know, to hold it in place like that so things don't pry and split when you're doing other things. But yeah, I'm glad they did this with the lift arm that you put on afterwards versus that weird piece that goes into the beams after that, because that was obnoxious. I also like all the dark orange that's in this. Not that I could use really any of this for my as yet to be determined fate of my big mock over there, but it's nice to see that dark orange may not be as expensive as it once was. Slow down. Slow down and build on the camera. Nobody wants to see empty camera. Speaking of things going on at LEGO HQ, why do you think Owl was not included in the 100 Acre Wood set? They have everybody else. Well, that's slick. There you go. There's your seat. If you're looking for some good YouTube viewing and you haven't watched any of them yet, there's a channel called First We Feast, and the show that kind of has made First We Feast is a show called Hot Ones, and I'm sure it trends. It's like a top trending show on YouTube, but if you haven't watched it yet, I would recommend it. And today's guest was Anthony Mackie. You may know him from such films as 8 Mile and Captain America the Winter Soldier and the upcoming TV show Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It was a very, very fun interview. Yep, expansion. I was thinking too that if they do the 100 Acre Woods, they could easily make a mint off just doing Owl in a poly bag. Like as some weird gift with purchase. Oh, heck no, we're not listening to this. Sorry, yo. Oh, that's so much better. Thank you. I'm also very excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier. They were some of my favorite parts of Civil War. Just their I hate you chemistry. It was so good. I really like all the usage these pieces are getting lately. All the inverted connections and clips and grips and stuff. It's really nice. Yeah, WandaVision, I am excited. I may see if Beth just wants to take a lunch hour and watch it so we don't have to wait too long and get spoiled by something on YouTube. So I am also kind of I mean, there are sets that have those characters in them, but I think because nobody really, well, I mean, it's the same as Star Wars. I'm sure if they were going to do something with the property, the designers would have had a little access beforehand to be able to come up with a set. It's not like they're waiting there watching TV with the rest of us and then going, we should make a set out of that, and then go and design it real quick and come up with the printing and the pressing and the molding and stuff. I'm sure, if anything, they've probably contacted them and may have something coming out later. Yeah, or like the Black Widow movie hasn't even come out yet, and we got an exclusive off of that one. Did we get a Shield set ever? Like the TV show? Because I know whatever happened with that show where they like denied its canon status, which is kind of like, really, you guys? We can't have anything anymore. Meanwhile, Ming-Na Wen is like, fine, I'll be in Mandalorian. Alright, there's your look at how that side fits together. That's true. It was supposed to be out a long time ago. So it was supposed to come out in May, and then San Diego was actually supposed to happen, where there would have been an exclusive at some point. So they probably already had it a long time coming. You forget sometimes that, or at least I do, that these things happen in months and half years instead of like days and weeks like we think they do. Alright, and that's where your first cool tile goes to cover up that thing on the other side. Uh-oh. Careful there, Chief. Yeah, and I think something was, they had the helicarrier too, so I mean, I'm guessing that there was something Coulson related in that, or Fury related in that to some extent, but I don't know. I never had that set. I have very few Marvel sets. I'm kind of a Star Wars only when it comes to themes. Floated the tile? You mean this one? It's not really floating, but it's, yeah. I like the way that they've put that against it, right? So there's something butting up against it for pressure, but it's not really clipped in there. That's kind of nice. And I think the back side of this, the hole is what's on here. So instead, they could have done, yeah, that's how it's gonna look. That's how it sits in there. That is pretty nice. I'm telling you, these Lego designers, they're a smart bunch. Don't let them ever talk bad to you. The designer's aid said it takes about a year to a year and a half from start to the product on the short. I believe it. I mean, it only takes me a day to come up with a microfighter, but I'm not making really ingenious stuff like this. But you also have to figure that if you're doing figures, you have to come up with the printing and the designing of the design for the print for each character. There's box art, there's moldings, there's play testings, there's iterations of instructions. There's all kinds of stuff. Brad's working with new fingers, everybody. Just let's hear him out. He's fine. He'll be okay tomorrow. Just takes a while to get those worked. Marketing, yeah, they gotta put them in catalogs. They gotta have lead up time and emails and all kinds of stuff. I typed too fast. I am going to check my phone real quick because there's been some family stuff going on and I want to make sure everybody's okay. I have my phone turned to silent, so if I turn off Twitch, I'm going to turn off my only Twitch user. Nope, everything's no change. Okay. All right, all right. The part that gets me, and it's not really the design aspect of it, but when I'm building stuff like this, and you're building these sub-assemblies, it's like at some point the designers just built this all to make it look good, and then they had to take it apart and go, okay, well, let's make this a section, then let's make this a section, and we'll put that together as one, and then that fits in there, and then how can we tweak that so that's better? You know, I don't envy them the process. Hey, I'm working in here. What are you doing? I'm just kidding. It's not really work. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. You write too much. Just find a transcript of the show and make notes against it. Get a transcript of the show and then just make your own notes against it instead of rewriting the whole script. Oh, I'm sure they're out there somewhere. So I give Beth crap because when we review the show that we do the podcast for, we watch it. We've been doing this. We watch it once together, all the way through, no stopping. And then we'll go back and watch it again, and we stop it every time we need to take notes about what's going on. Well, because it's a review show and a recap show, we're recapping everything that's going on. So Beth stops it like every 2 seconds to write down like what's happening. She's like the play-by-play and I'm the color commentator. So, and I just give her so much crap. I'm like, it's going to take us an hour and a half to watch this 20-minute show. You want quality content? I don't care about quality content. Do our listeners want quality content? I hope. Right, here's another design thing. They probably had this in here. This is going to get covered by, oh, it's so hard to see, by that, right? By the sloping thing. So when I put that on there, it covers it up. Just a little bit of support to hold that in place. That's pretty cool. So she started watching this episode. Did you start watching it when I started streaming? I think she started the same time I started streaming. And it's a 22-minute show, and she's still not done taking notes on it. And she keeps taking breaks because her hand is cramping up. That's very nice. Again. Move to Twitch. Thanks, Brad, for moving to Twitch. I hope every time I check Twitch, it's buffering, so I don't know if it's a Twitch thing or if it's just my CPU seems to be just trudging along. I'm going to try to slow down and talk quieter so it doesn't have to process as much. Not as much movement, little bitty motions. Two and two. Hi, kitty. What can I do for you, buddy? Got all kinds of boxes floating around here, and he's like, well, I'm just going to sit on this box. That's what I'm going to do. Because I am a cat. This is what we do. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm sure it's a combination of my really small PC power or Mac power and the fact that Beth is watching YouTube videos at the same time, but it shouldn't. Travis, I got Rancho Relaxo from Family Business. Family Business is a brewery. You might know this. It's a brewery down in Dripping Springs, and it's Jansen Ackles from Supernatural. It's his family's brewery. So here's some extra pieces. Looks like we didn't miss any instructions because these are all onesies. So this is a bourbon barrel aged, and I got it from the Growler Bar here in Pflugerville, the tap room. Is a bourbon barrel aged, well, it's an imperial stout. I don't know if it's bourbon barrel aged, but it's an imperial stout with ancho chilies and I think cocoa nibs. Lego Geek, what's going on, man? Haven't seen you in an age. How are things? Hope you are well. Sac numéro 3. Winchester Suds. Yeah, so the name of there's something in the show, like their thing is called, it's an episode or a thing that they have in the show called Family Business. I've never seen the show. So the name of the brewery is Family Business, and you'll appreciate this, Travis. His wife's last name is Green, I think. So here's the legend. They have a beer called the Grackle. And they say it's because his last name is Ackles and her last name is Green. So combined, it's Grackle. And we're all like, yeah, or it's the bird that craps all over all the HEB parking lots in Austin. I mean, it's, you know, it's the unofficial bird of Austin. Pollen came to Georgia and beat me with a baton, but I'm better now. I'll be doing homework, but I'm still watching. Fantastic. Thanks for being here, buddy. I need this slopes. Oh, these? Yeah. Good looking. Look at that hot nonsense. I haven't seen these before. These are magical. These would go great with those quarter, or with those other ones that are like, let's see how those fit. I'm gonna grab one real quick. Find one real quick offhand. See how they look. You know, not great. I thought it would look a little better, but I can't figure out how they would go together. So here's an older version of this same thing, and you can see the comparison. So it looks good, like if you were to kind of have that going, it would kind of blend into it a little bit, but it doesn't fit under there. Doesn't fit over the top very well. So these could be used in conjunction with something, but you can't even, like, that doesn't fit there. And if you do that, there's a bit of a gap there. So, and I don't think those single runs will go into here either, but I guess we'll find out later, right? But yeah, these are very nice. These are gonna make a lot of car people and train people very happy. Tasty slopes. Is it bad that I realize I haven't ordered the 911 yet? Yeah, I knew it was coming out, and then like the day it came out, I'm like, oh, I gotta get it. I forgot it was coming out, and it was kind of like an impulse thing because I was planning on buying other things. So this one was kind of a spur of the moment, like, should I? I like the cars, right? I like the car sets. Yes, I can do that. Probably because I'm trying to emphasize trying. Oh yeah, the ISD. Good luck with that. So yeah, the beer is from that brewery, which I'm going to be excited about trying to get back to once we're able to, because it's a nice space. On top of it being, you know, their beers are pretty good, but I'm also excited about being able to go and sit in a hill country brewery space that has, you know, lots of shaded pecan trees and picnic benches, and you can have a smoke and drink a beer and listen to some music, and just can't wait. I don't really smoke, but I've been known to when I have a few beers. Don't tell anybody. Uh-oh. Did I do that wrong? I did. It's a weird connection. But I trust you. Is the first 18 plus set that hasn't... I still need to track down a Razor Crest. Is what the first 18 plus set that hasn't sold out? This one? The Porsche? Or are you talking about the ISD? Oh my god, really? And this is from Lego, Julian? That you haven't got it? And I'm assuming you've contacted them and said, I don't have this beast yet, and I'd really like it. I would be mad. Oh. I'm mad when I don't get my stupid Facebook order within a week. Yeah, ugh. They have been going out of stock. I was telling a friend on a different streaming service, or a different person's stream Discord, who also is into Lego. I was like, so the, because she's a big Winnie the Pooh fan, she has a Winnie the Pooh tattoo and everything. I was like, dude, they've just announced the set, you need to go grab it. And she's like, when does it come out? I'm like, are you a VIP? And she says, yes. I'm like, go online at 11 p.m. because she's in our time zone. Or midnight Eastern, whatever. And get it online because it's going to go like that. It's going to go so fast. Oh, the Mos Eisley Cantina. Ugh. I'm still like, if I don't get it while it's on Lego, I don't think I'm ever going to get it because it's going to be $1 million after it goes off Lego, after it retires. I'm hoping I have a little time left. Because I don't think after the shuttle and the microfighters and the 4+ X-Wing that there's going to be any more Star Wars sets before summer. So I may have a little time to still get it. Provided nothing really else comes out before then. Yeah, that's the only thing that's really getting me, and I'm not even a really big figure fan, but the fact that it's a pretty good price for what you get, and you get a ton of figures. I don't need any more tan though. Good Lord, I'm like up to here with tan. This is just, ugh. Who comes up with this? So this is one of these 1x1s with the pep in it, and you got a clip in there. I almost want to flip off the designers because I'm like, really? Now you're just showing off. Yeah, the canteen. I'll tell you what, Travis, we could buy it together, and you can put it together, and it can live at my house, and you can come visit it anytime you want. You have visitation rights on the weekends. Because it is big. I don't know where I'd put it either. It's kind of a monster. I'd have to be like, hey Beth, I'm taking over your dresser now? Because that's where the Coliseum is currently. Yeah, people are telling me not to even think about buying the IST because of the figures, but I could care less about figures and stuff like those. Yep. Mike, what? Fikil? Who? What are you talking about, Brad? The brickheads you got is based after somebody named Mike Fikil? Farley. Yeah, so I'm because it's a cross between, now the Cantina is like $400 or $300, I can't remember. I still want to get the Ecto 1, but that's $200. Like, ugh, I'm gonna spend so much on Lego this year. One of these days I'm gonna have to take a break. But FOMO, so much FOMO. $350, yeah. That's how I built the UCS Falcon. A buddy bought it. I went over on a weekend and built it for him. Perfect. Everybody should have friends like that. Because honestly, that's all I wanted to do half the time. I'm like, I want to put it together, and then maybe I'd like to keep some of these pieces. But after that, I don't care if it like hangs out in my house or not. That's completely not what I'm doing. All right, so all that sub work that we just did to create a wheel well. There you go. Just to get that specific angle. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I got the blacksmith because it was on my email me when this is back in stock, and it was, and I'm like, you know, as soon as I got the email, and then I'm like, oh, I just ordered the Porsche and the Imperial Shuttle, and yeah, I may need to open a Bricklink shop so I can start selling stuff, because I don't honestly need a lot of this stuff anymore. But I also just keep pieces around. This one I won't take apart probably ever. But I try to keep pieces around for the microfighters, and I end up just ordering parts for microfighters because a lot of the stuff that I have is old, and I don't use old to design stuff. I'll use newer pieces. Okay. I kind of went on a spending binge this last couple weeks too. I think it's because of COVID and the weather thing last year, or a couple weeks ago. I'm like, I need all the books, I need all the Lego. I bought a bunch of like yard equipment because I'm an old man. Yeah, that'd be cool putting them side by side. That'd be really cool, Travis. Oh, Jeff, I'm last like 10 years, I'm getting like $60 back a year on my taxes. And everyone's like, they're not taking out enough out of your paycheck. And I'm like, look, if I get between $0 and $100 back, or if I have to pay like 20 to $50, I'm like, that is breaking even. Like, I'm cool with that. That means that they took out the exact amount they needed from me to pay for all the stuff that I'm going to ask for them when I get old. Perfect. I feel like if I'm getting back $2,000, then they're taking too much from me during the previous year that I could have used on gas and Lego. So, yeah, polybag money. That's exactly what it is. Like, I'm going to get it back and go, hey, that's a sizable Bricklink purchase. I don't know what this song is, but I am not having it. There we go. Mike, oh, okay, yeah, I know that name. Winnie the Pooh, if you're at VIP, it is dropping the 18th. So, 17th at midnight Eastern time. Get on the site and start ordering. Oh, like I didn't just automatically do that step. Yeah, that's already done. And then if you're not a VIP, then April 1st, which seems like a bad time to release anything. Like, make it April 2nd. I mean, what are you doing? Because people are going to be like, oh, April 1st release, huh? You sure? Yeah. We got you. We're good. Don't think we didn't notice you sitting over there. Hey. Hey, get on. So, quick question for everybody: Did anybody else watch? All right, Brad, take it easy. Yeah, it's 10:30 your time, so get out of here. Yeah, I'll see you on Sunday. I'll probably be doing more of this, so we'll see you then. I don't either, Lego Geek. I think that maybe people don't know, but if you're not a regular purchaser, I don't think they're like, well, what's the point? Yeah, they're just gonna... April 1st, 11:59. It's really April 2nd. So I ran into a quandary. I think I mentioned this earlier, speaking of VIP. I'm trying to get the Sith TIE Fighter, the Dorito winged, stolen from E.C. Henry ship, the TIE Whisper, or TIE Vector, not TIE Whisper, TIE Vector, that they turned into the Sith TIE Fighter or whatever it is. I'm like, you guys stole it from him. Not Lego, but J.J. Abrams and co. And I've been trying to get that. That's the one that I tried to pay the dude on Facebook, and I ended up paying him, and he didn't show. It's that one. So I'm still trying to get it, but I want to find it for like $50 because it's a 400-piece set. I'm not paying $80 for it. So, but the only places you can find it are like Mikado, some weird shopping site that I'm pretty sure is like a Chinese. I feel like it's Wish for. I mean, it's just another Wish type site. So everywhere else is like, it's on sale for $72. You're like, well, that's not great. So I found a Bricklink site. I'm like, now I'm okay buying off Bricklink. I've never had a problem with Bricklink. Because everybody on Bricklink is a Lego person, I think, for the most part. Like, there's occasionally you'll find a store that's like, it's got 5 big sets and no pieces, and it has like $150 minimum purchase thing, and you're like, okay, well, you're obviously doing this for the wrong reasons, but whatever. So I find one on Bricklink, and it's like $60. I'm like, okay, well, I could probably swing $60. So I add it to my cart, and it immediately adds $20 shipping. And I'm like, okay, well, so plus tax, it was like $89. So if I get it off Lego's site, I can get it for $84 because or 85 or 6, because there's no shipping. Shipping's free, and it's just tax, and I get VIP points for it. So I'm like, even at $60, now the $60 set was no box, but all the bags were sealed, and it had instructions and stickers if there were any, and minifigs, right? All the bags were there. Like, there's photos of it. And I messaged him. I'm like, anything wrong with this? He's like, no, there's just no box. And I'm like, okay, cool. But then I'm like, but I could get VIP points for the exact same price. And I would probably get it sooner. So I emptied that cart, and I'm still waiting for the $50 version of this set now. Because I don't think that set's worth $80. It's just not. I don't think the Night Buzzard was worth $80 either. I don't think the General Grievous set was worth $60 or whatever it is. So I'm trying to find all these for like 50 bucks. Because I'm like, look, Star Wars or not, these sets are not worth double the piece count. They're just not. Tyrito, what was the extremely overpriced 2019 Star Wars set? Oh yeah, Lego Geek. I'm pretty sure like almost every Star Wars set has been severely overpriced. Like they must be hemorrhaging Disney money because they just, I don't know how they can justify the 100% markup on these in some cases. Whereas you get, and I get it, it's an individual figure that they got to build a mold for, they got to pay the IP license. I get it. But then you turn around and you have the Coliseum. I understand, small pieces, lots of common colors, and a lot of repetitiveness in there. You can get away with charging only $500 for a 9,000 piece set, or 550. So I understand, but at the same time, I still am like, it's not worth it if I can find it. Yeah, outside the Mando sets. And the Mando sets are like, they're not even that great. It's like the Razor Crest and the Bandit Scoutwalker, and then the Speeder that we just got. Not the best. So far, I'm sure they'll do better. It would be great if they could get like a play set that had the criminals from that, which I feel was a really good episode, where they're on the prison ship. That was fun. They could do a set of that. They could have a big buildable Mudhorn. That'd be great. Something more on Navarro with a bunch of Mandalorians. That'd be cool. B-Wing is still my favorite fighter, I agree. And I will forever be looking for like I may just have to part it out to get a UCS B-Wing because those are impossible to find for not like $1 billion. Side. And now you could even do I'm wondering if they'll do like Gideon's light cruiser and like Luke Skywalker. What do you think of that? There's some overlap. Some Dark Troopers. Yeah, you could do you can have Bo-Katan and the other two Mandos that were with her. I think that'd be fun. This one here. Low-tech Steampunk B-Wing. That'd be really cool. That thing is such a clunky, weird, funky mess of a bird. I like reading the pilot of the B-Wing in Alphabet Squadron, where she's just like slightly crazy and listens to like really loud, obnoxious music while she's flying, and the G-forces are tossing her all over the place, and it's very cool. I was not a fan of the B-Wing. They just released. When they put out the B-Wing in Squadrons, I was really excited. But the whole mechanic of it rotating around the cockpit made zero sense. There was no reason to have it in the game like that. It didn't add to the experience, and it didn't add to the ship at all. So I almost feel like Maybe that's what it's like. And like, why would you need that? You know, there's no gravity, so why do you need something that rotates like that? It just seems like a lot of stress on some gyros. But it's still cool looking. It's cool as hell. Hi, puppy. Where's your mama? She'll play with you. Go play. Oh, she's so sweet. All right. Hey, what's up, Skull Asylum Bricks? How's it going? Everybody, Kyle, everybody. If you weren't here on our last stream, Skull Asylum was with us for the Texas Independence Day stream that we did together with Michaela, Snot OK. Oh, this is gonna be weird. There we go. That is it gonna go? Is it interesting? It really is only gonna just slide on there, isn't it? Wow. Okay, wow. That whole sub-assembly is held on right here and right here, and that's it. I wish I could show you the inside because I think it tips up a little bit. Yeah, I think it does. It's ever so slightly pushed up. I don't know if you can see that from here. But it's like angled up a little bit. I'm going to take that off so you can see. So there's those yellow things and those yellow things, right? And it pushes the whole thing up. So it gives it a little bit of, it's not really on there. That is kind of fantastic. It's got that ever so slight upward. Wow. It's fantastic. Making your way home from work. All right, cool. Kyle does some good work. You work with old people, right? You're nutritionist at a retirement community. Your mic was cutting out a lot when we were talking last, so I'm not sure if that's what you said or not, but it seemed like that's what you said. If so, that's awesome. Every Star Wars simulator I ever played growing up with the B-Wing has always been a nightmare. Agreed. Like, I love the ship, but it's been terrible. And here's your printed tile. No stickers for you in this set. Printed tile. Porsche. Or Porsche, I guess. I don't know which is the correct way to say it, but I think it's Porsche. So there it is. Goes on the back there. This also means that this is really weirdly kind of... I feel like it's going to come off at any second. Unless I built that wrong. I mean, it's really well done. But, like, I feel like I'm gonna break this damn thing. Glenn? What's up, Glenn? Well, the next collab stream, Julian, can be any time. I liked the idea of having... oh, this is all going to hold it in place. I get it. I like the idea of having more people on. That's fun because we can chat and it's not just me. Dietary aid for the local senior care facility. That's a lot better than what I said. Full marks to you for being out there. I really hope you've had your at least one COVID shot. I liked the collaborative stuff. I started by doing this. I didn't start by joining other people, so I'm just so used to sitting here and talking to myself that having other people on is a little weird. But if somebody else is hosting it, I don't mind just kind of sitting there and let other people talk and then sort or build or something. They are tons of fun, Jeff. You are correct. I'm going to try to do this. Here's your lights, your printed 1x2 clear tiles with a little bit of red on them. That's interesting. And they go like so. I think they're supposed to indicate the end of the printed tile section there. Like that. With that all is a rear light that lights up. Viewer count +1. All right, there we you go. Now for the slick slopes, for these new slick slopes that go like so. There you go. That's that back end. Look at that. It's a little washed out, but kind of nice. Ooh, yeah, it's a good piece. Oh, I'm glad you did. It was fun. I think 3 to 4 or 5 people is probably a good mix. I've seen it where they've had like people have had like 9 or so on. I think 9 is probably the most you can have in some streams, and it gets a little chaotic. Like you can't really hear anybody. There's the whole interrupted. Oh no, go you ahead. No, go no, you go. Okay, you know. So it's kind of nice not to have that. So maybe I should turn one of these, like maybe the Thursday night ones should be collaborative, like, and by collaborative I mean, you know, everybody just kind of gets on and it's like a panel. And then Sunday, I'll just do me, just my own thing. We'll see. Yeah, 4 is good. Yeah, Beyond the Brick one is, I've never been on one with them, but I feel like it would be a bit, but the people who are on it, and it's never like, it's always kind of the same people, and there's a lot of build cams too, so it's like 4 people and 2 build cams, right? So it's not obnoxious. But like London Bridge Bricks has 9 people on like all the time, with Solo and Sai and those guys. And a lot of times people aren't even talking, they're just kind of sitting there building. It is just a headache. Do I want to what, Jeff? Get on another stream? I think we could. Got one piece here. Flip this. Do I flip it over, really? Oh. There's your... Put a banana in a tailpipe. I ain't gonna put no banana in a tailpipe. There's your tailpipe. I'm wanting to get at least one big Lego set this year. I'm debating on the Ninjago City Gardens or 100 Acre Woods. Both of those are great. They sound like fun sets. Oh, the Quarantine Cast. Tuesdays, yeah. I think I'm free on Tuesdays usually. That's when we did the last collaborative one. I'm trying not to fill up my entire week with doing streaming because I think I'd run out of stuff to do. And I do want to spend time with Beth and my kids at some point. But yeah, I mean, every once in a while it sounds nice. As long as it's in the evening too. I can't really do in the middle of the day. My hair is just like sticking out. Okay, cool. Yeah, tell them that the guy who did the Capitol building in Texas, that's who it is. They talked to a couple people about it when I was there building it. I'm gonna bust open one more bag, but I'm only gonna be on a couple more minutes. But I never got an interview with them because I think we just kept missing each other. Oh, it's at noon. Yeah, I kind of have to work. I might be able to like take a day every once in a while off, but this kind of has to be in the evening for me. Wow, that's a really small bag. That's it? I guess I'm just building chairs. Okay. Yeah, because I watch it like all the time. I'm like, that's why I'm at work watching it. The Amelia Earhart set, I think, was between March 6th through the 14th. So, not terribly long. but it's gonna be over right before the 100 Acre Wood set comes out. So no buying the 100 Acre Wood set to get the Amelia Earhart set, which sucks because I could have held off on getting the Shuttle or the Medieval set to get the Amelia Earhart set. But I also think that they may be selling it individually too. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, let me know if they have any nighttime stuff that I can be a part of. I know some people are eating and being with their families and going to bed and stuff, but anytime. Yeah, it kind of sucks that it's... But I think from the article I read, it's also going to be for sale. So if you buy something that's $100, you get it for free. Or you can buy it for $20. So I'm going to try to get it, but I don't hold out much hope that I'm actually going to be able to get it. Why is this weird? It's just I guess that's red. Okay. It's just colored weird in the book. Yeah, so 11 p.m. Central on the 5th. So try your luck then, and if it is actually for sale, you can get it then. Oh, there's a whole other bag over here. It's not that small. So the Earhart set makes me want to go back, and I didn't know this, but there was a Wright Flyer set from 8 years ago, I think, that I kind of want to get now. And then I want to make my own like Da Vinci Flyer, and maybe like the Bell, it's not Bell Labs, but it's Bell Avionics or something, XS1 that broke the sound barrier. And then that would go well with like the NASA rocket, maybe the Concorde, some sort of, you know, the history of flight kind of thing. Yeah, it's Bell X1, but I think it's also, I think the actual one was the XS1, but I'm not sure. And it was named, like, Jaeger named it something too. Hey, Mimi. Yeah, no problem. I figured, I didn't know you had a tattoo, but I figured since you dug the Sesame Street set so much that you'd appreciate that. So hopefully that happens for you. Yeah, the Glamorous Glennis. That's right. Which I read that and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. That is the dumbest name. But I think a history of set, and there was an idea set somebody promoted or wanted to do a while ago that was like a history of flight or something, where they had the flying Da Vinci's flying machine, and then they had the weird circular wing thing that you see that's kind of doing a weird thing in an old movie, the Wright Flyer. I think those are the only three, but I think if you did like the X1, the Concorde, Spirit of St. Louis, Amelia Earhart's plane, and then, you know, Perseverance, or maybe a SpaceX rocket, not that one that blew up recently. Oh, that was terrifying. Did you all see that rocket that exploded? It was kind of a bummer because it made like a science fiction level landing. Like it just came in and went swoop, and like you see the little jets firing and the nozzles angling, and then it goes goo and lands. And I'm like, I saw this in The Expanse like 2 weeks ago. This is exactly what it looked like. And Bummers Bennis. Oh, well, not, yeah. I didn't even put that together, man. I'm sorry. But then as soon as it touched down, it just went poof. And I was like, oh, no, that's terrible. This is why they're unmanned, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, City Gardens is a good set. It's expensive, though. But you'll definitely have fun putting it together. It's like the Apocalypseburg or the Ninjago City. It looks like a lot of... the reason I like those sets is they make these little nooks and crannies that are really kind of nice to see put together. Like they tell their own story while you're building it, and they may be hidden. Like you stack stuff on top of each other, and they end up hidden. But it looks super fun. So I think I'm going to finish up this engine and then probably call it for the night. Yes, the SN10 exploded. And it was such a good landing, too. Like, I was so jazzed. And then it just... He's inside out. And he exploded. Alright, so here's your engine. This is just going to be a seat. So, we'll do that later. But, so this is going to be your turbo fan in here. Oh, did I miss a piece? No, that's fine. Oh. Well, now that's interesting. Oh, it just slides in there. Okay. I was going to say, this doesn't look like it's going to fit. Still may not. Well, I'm assuming it goes all the way down there, but I'll be arsed if I can get it to do it. There we go. Oh, that's nice. Sits in there like that. There's your, doesn't spin or anything, but that's your rear engine coolant or fan. Oh. Well, but it exploded. They can't use it again. That's the thing. It didn't have to have much fuel. It had enough to where they can't use the rocket again, which sucks. But all right, guys. I think that's it for me tonight. Thanks for being here. Keep an eye out on Instagram because I will have hopefully my Moldy Crow parts come in soon, and so I'll put that together and have that up on Instagram. I don't really have anything new on Rebrickable, but do check out Rebrickable. I've got a lot of free microfighter instructions there, as well as some dollar ones. And Kyle, real quick, the lunar lander is fantastic. I liked it a lot. I mean, I'm a huge space nerd, so I liked it. If given a choice between that and anything Ninjago, I'm gonna pick NASA over Ninjago. So easy pick for me, but that's biased. Yeah, so I'll be on back here on Sunday. I may talk to a few people and see if maybe Thursday nights going forward we'll do this as a collaborative thing. If anybody wants to join, we can do that. Tomorrow night, Jeff is going to have a thing with a couple other people, so check out his channel tomorrow at 8, and we'll go for an hour or 2 hours, whatever. I don't know how long it's going to go, but I'll be there. I'll be building more of this, and yeah, so we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for being here, and have a good night. Bye, everybody.